All right, let's talk about something really simple, but honestly pretty powerful. It's this idea of our connection to water, like our biological connection. We're going to get into why just being near it can totally change how you feel. So yeah, let's dive right in.
So, let me ask you something, and I bet you already know the answer. Have you ever just stood by the ocean, or a lake, or even just a little stream and felt everything just stop? You know, that weight just lifts off your shoulders. Your mind, for the first time all day, isn't racing. Well, guess what? There's a real reason for that feeling. It's not just in your head. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack. Okay, but before we get to the good stuff, the water, let's talk about what we're all trying to get away from, right? That restless mind, that feeling of being totally overstimulated. For so many of us, that's just the default setting these days. I mean, just think about your day. It's this nonstop barrage, right? Notifications pinging, deadlines looming, a million little decisions. It's just endless. All that noise, both digital and, out in the real world, it just builds up until you feel totally overwhelmed. Man, it's exhausting. So, what's the fix for all that chaos? What's the antidote? Well, it's probably way simpler and way older than you'd think. It's not some new app you gotta download or some complicated wellness trend. Nope. It's this deep, fundamental human pull towards water. And this is where we get to the heart of it. There's a name for this, coined by a marine biologist named Wallace J. Nichols. He calls it the blue mind theory. And look, this isn't just some fluffy, poetic idea. It's a real concept for understanding that our connection to water is basically written into our DNA. Our brains are literally hardwired to react to it, to shift from that stressed out, red mind state into this calm, meditative, blue mind. Okay, so how? How does it actually work? What is it about water that has this insane effect on us, on our brains, our nervous system, the whole shebang? Let's break it down. Okay, first up, the sound. You know, that gentle, rhythmic sound of waves or a creek bubbling. It's simple, it's predictable. And what it does is it puts our brain in this state of soft fascination, which is a fancy way of saying the part of your brain that's always on finally gets to take a break. It's like it finally gets to quiet down that nonstop inner chatter.
And then there's the movement. Just watching the water. Our brains are pattern-finding machines, and the rhythm of waves rolling in and out, it's hypnotic. It's so soothing to our nervous system. Just watching that gentle repeating motion, it kind of grabs our attention without any effort, and it just calms us down. You don't even have to think about it.
And finally, just how big it is. Staring out at the ocean, or even a huge river, it can make you feel this sense of awe. And that's powerful stuff, because suddenly, all your own little worries and anxieties, they just seem smaller, right? More manageable when you put them up against something that immense and ancient. It's that combo, the sound, the movement, the scale, that really does the trick. So all of this together kicks off this amazing chain reaction in our bodies. It starts, like we said, by quieting the mind. And once that happens, it soothes your whole nervous system. Then you start to physically release stress. The tension in your shoulders go down. And all of that leads to this incredible feeling of deep inner peace. It's like a total reset for your mind and your body.
And this leads to something even deeper. Because the blue mind theory isn't just a quick hack for a bad day. It really gives us a whole new way to think about what it even means to heal.
Just let this one sink in for a second. We're so trained to think that healing is about doing something, right? About fixing a problem, that we have to fight and strive. But water teaches us something else entirely. That sometimes the most powerful healing happens when we just stop struggling. When we just float and breathe and let go. Wow, that's a huge shift in how we think about things, isn't it?
And you can really see the difference here. Look at the fixing side. It's all about striving, controlling, resisting. It's hard work, and honestly, it usually just creates more tension. But then you look at floating. It's about allowing, accepting, and letting go. It's about releasing that struggle. That, right there, is the lesson the water teaches us. So the big takeaway here, it's actually really simple. We all have this calm place inside of us. We've just kind of forgotten how to get there. The noise of everyday life just drowns it out. So let water, and it doesn't have to be the ocean. It could be a lake, a river, even the sound of rain. Let that be your reminder. Let it guide you back to that peaceful feeling that's already there. And that really leaves us with one final thought, a question for you. It could be a park nearby with a little pond, or maybe a trip to the coast. Or, hey, even just a quiet bath at the end of the day. So I'll leave you with this. Where are you going to go to find your blue mind? Thanks so much for listening. I hope you find some of that calm.